Hello. Oh, you guys probably haven't seen me in my glasses. Or at least for a long time. Okay. So thank you for joining today's live stream. Today I'm going to be answering some of your questions that you guys have sent me in regards to like a few of my past videos. This live stream was supposed to be yesterday, but I have been suffering from a sty on my eye. It's gone down so much since yesterday. Yesterday it was like really painful, and the day before yesterday too, it was like kind of painful, but yesterday was like really painful, and it was like really big on my eye. I don't know if you can, I can see it like in the video, but yeah, let's like hide that. But it doesn't hurt so much anymore, and it's gone down a lot since yesterday. So I wanted to do the live stream today. I have to be better at like organizing my schedule so you guys can like RSVP. Charge my computer. Yeah, so before I get into the questions, let's just like, you know, do the little meet and greet. Yeah, let's wait for some people again because I didn't really advertise it so much. But yeah, I got like a lot of questions obviously on like the walking videos, but also like some of my older videos. I think ever since the walking video that's kind of blowing up, a lot of people have been watching my older content and have been asking me so many questions. And yeah, because a lot of the questions are common, I'm just like, oh, why not just like answer the questions in a live stream? So that's why we are here today. We're gathered here today to discuss some common questions people have been having about Jasmine's content. I'm still like prepping. Yeah, just. Oh, by the way, guys, there will be another video coming out this week on the Light Eyes channel. So stay tuned for that. Most likely the video will be released on Wednesday. Wednesday Japan time. So check. Hey Marvin. Valletta? I want to say it like a Spanish way, Valletta. Just popping in to say hi. By the way, if you're ever in Jamaica, oh, definitely. Oh my God, I love Jamaican food. I love Jamaican. Oh my God, I want Jamaican food today. I want Jamaican food today. Oxtail, oh my. I miss Jamaican food so much. Hell yeah, definitely I'll message you. Oh, thank you, Lucas. Thank you. Follow Lux Sister. Yeah. Hey there, amazing lady and all in chat. Hey, Whitakers. Whitakers, I saw your comment. I didn't get a chance to respond yet, but congratulations. I think you said like you hit like, what? Did you hit 9,000 subscribers too, or 8,000 subscribers? Congratulations. We're doing it. Hey, girl, I watched you walking around. I was like, I should totally do that. People don't look at me differently in Japan. Yeah. In terms of fitness progress or ender routine. Actually, that's a really good idea, Servo. Do you remember when I did, were you there? I think you were probably there when I did like a exercise live stream in the guest house. Yeah, and I'm just like, I realized just like, wait a minute, I think I attracted a lot of pervy guys. Yeah, because I was the only one exercising. I'm just like, guys, are you exercising with me? Yeah, no, everyone's just watching me like squat. Yeah, but I now go to a gym where they have like fitness classes. I used to like work out by myself. I should still be working out by myself, but I don't. Yeah, so I don't really have my own routine. I have the routine that I used to do, which was following a YouTube video. Guys, please don't forget to hit the like button. We're trying to grow. We're trying to grow this year. Yeah. Yeah, please don't forget to hit the like button. I'm so grateful. Like, I kind of like, not kind of, I wish like teenage me could see your comments, like how many people said that I was beautiful in the walking video, because like I mentioned it like in older videos, like how low my self-esteem used to be and how ugly I used to be. Like I said it so many times before, but like in high school, if I went to the bathroom, I had to avoid looking at myself in the mirror, because if I looked in the mirror, I would stay in the bathroom for the entire like class period, because I would start crying because I thought I was hideous. So like you guys have been like so, like your comments have been just like so sweet, and yeah, I want to thank you so much. So close to 8K. Yeah, make fitness content. I love that type of content. Right now I have a different strategy for now. Fitness is kind of like way out there, but I'm open to it. Let me just continue trying this new thing for a little bit longer before I switch it up. Warm compress. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of like warm compresses on my eye, and I've been using like matcha green tea. I've been like soaking like a cloth like into the green tea, like hot green tea, and then putting it on my eye. I don't know if that's why the swelling went down a lot. Like you can still see it. But yeah, yesterday it hurt and it just felt like really heavy. If I did the live stream yesterday, you guys would have like, I don't know, called me Quasimodo or something. Hey Jazz, in bed sick, how are you today? Oh, sorry, Andy, I'm sorry to hear that. What do you have? Trying to move over there. I'm just nervous about height difference. The height. I know quite a few like tall foreigners here in Japan, and they do sometimes complain just like I'm always the tallest one there. But it's like, in my experience, and I had this conversation with many Japanese people, this is really interesting to me. I find that in the cities like in Tokyo, Osaka, you'll find the tallest people. And we were discussing that, and then like my Japanese friends just like, so desu yo ne, like yeah, that's true. Like in the cities, and this is just my observation, even like in Sendai, you'll find like the tallest people, not tall people, just like the tallest people in Japan. And my hypothesis is that it's because there's a lot more variety in food, and so you have like a lot more like Western food. You have like, yeah, but when I lived in Chiba and I worked in Chiba, like in Chiba, like deep down Chiba, not the Tokyo side. I lived near Tokyo in Chiba, but yeah, like the further away you go from the city is where you'll find like shorter people. My hypothesis, my observation. Oh, thank you, believe in yourself. Beautiful soul. I miss doing my less is more routine. It worked very well. I need to find that. Because I feel like I'm doing a lot, and the returns I'm getting. Ooh, I just had the epiphany. In different hotels videos. Oh, thank you, Whitakers. I loved going to the different hotels. So much fun. Chotto takakatta, a little expensive, but it was so much fun. Yeah, those videos didn't do so well, but I think it's just mainly because, well, a lot of my videos have the same problem. I'm not good at designing and making thumbnails, and the thumbnail is the most important part. So I've been trying to up my thumbnail game. I don't know if you guys have noticed. Green tea ice cream, but too much of that causes swelling of... Oh, interesting. Oh, you know what's interesting? In the US, I liked red bean ice cream, but I can't seem to find it here in Japan. And they eat a lot of red bean here. So like, I'm so baffled that I can't seem to find red bean ice cream. Like I could easily find it in the US. Like if I just go to like H Mart or like a Korean store or whatever, and it would have Japanese writing on it. So I don't understand why it's difficult for me to find a red bean ice cream. Always just wear tinted sunglasses so we all think you're cool. 6'5" with locks. Nice, Marvin. Going to Tokyo tomorrow. Any must-go places? I'll be there for... Oh, sweet. Let's see. Where are you going to stay in Tokyo? You're probably going to stay in like North Tokyo, maybe near Asakusa. That's where a lot of people go. There's a lot of hotels there, and it's pretty historic. Yeah, do you know what area in Tokyo you're going to be? It's kind of hot. And I think it's going to rain for the next few days or so. But if you can, doing a picnic in Yoyogi Park is really nice. And you'll see like a lot of activities going on. You can meet a lot of people there too. You may get interviewed too by like other YouTubers. Yeah, but like a picnic, you can go to like Don Quixote and get like maybe like badminton rackets and some games. But yeah, if you go to Yoyogi Park like on the weekends, like on a Friday or Saturday or Sunday, Sunday probably would be best. You'll see like how alive the park is, and there'll be like many people doing random things like classes, boxing classes, or yeah. Yeah, you can make friends pretty easily. My name is Good Places. I also have a friend that raps, and we were translating Japanese hip hop to our language, and he was like, bro, like it would be really easy to get signed in Japan. Easy. I don't know about easy. But easier. Yeah. Actually, I find that a lot of my friends that are in the entertainment industry here in Japan, like whether it's modeling or singing, it's easier because like Japan, I think, is all about gimmicks, right? Like what is the gimmick? Like there's something strange about this thing to attract people. Japan's marketing is just like really good for the Japanese culture. But yeah, like when you are different, it's like, wow, what is this? Yeah, so it attracts people. We notice also that they don't really rap, they just tell stories through in their language. Rapping. So actually, like from when I was a teacher and I would teach English, they don't rhyme in Japanese. Like they don't, as far as I know, because when I like was teaching kids and I was talking to the Japanese like assistants and everything, as far as I know, they don't have the concept of rhyming like in English. So, and I was trying to explain to them just like what rhyming was. Like, it's the same sound, right? And they couldn't really understand. They couldn't get it. Because in Japanese, like, there's only like the 5 vowels. Yeah, like 5 vowel sounds. And then there's like a few random other sounds. But yeah, so it's just like every word rhymes. Not every, but you get what I mean. So, yeah. I'm staying near Tokyo Disneyland. Okay, so that's near Chiba. Yeah, so if you're staying in Chiba, it's really easy to get to Tokyo, and it's still like the Tokyo area. So then you would have to, not have to, but it'll be very easy for you to get to Asakusa and Skytree. Asakusa is huge. Everyone goes to Asakusa, even Japanese people, not just tourists. But yeah, definitely hit up Asakusa. Actually, my video this week will be with my Japanese friend, and we're in Asakusa. So you can check out what street food you should try when you're in Asakusa. Oh, that's going to be perfect for you. See, like, thinking of you before. You've been telling me things. Okay, so almost ready to start going over your comments. I just have to put them, finish putting this comment in the slide. Oh, I think this is the last one. Perfecto. Okay. So, are you guys ready? Are you ready? You guys can't see me. Oh, yeah, you can. Okay. Hello, NM. Hi, Red Dragon. Only haiku, right? Yeah, like, sort of, yeah. I don't want to speak definitely. I don't know why. I've just been getting frustrated a lot with like many Japanese content creators, not necessarily like foreigners, because I feel, and I understand where they're coming from because I was in the same boat. But like a lot of the thing that sucks about being a content creator, just having like a platform, is when you say something, people take it as fact, and a lot of content creators in a different country, they look at that country through their own lens and they say this is this because of this, when in reality they have no clue. It's just because they're analyzing it based off of their culture. So yeah, I don't want to say definitively that, oh yeah, it's because of haiku. I don't know. Okay, let's go to your questions. I'm gonna definitely should have looked at this before. I'm scared because like I want to share my screen with you guys, but like I don't know what you guys are gonna see. I have nothing bad. I just like I need to be careful. Guys. Let's see, does this work? Oh, quiet. Here we go. Okay, you guys can see my screen. Okay, let's go here. So here you guys can see, ne? I guess I should put like this should go here, nah, this should go here. Yeah, we're good, right? Now I can go here. I guess like I'll check on my phone if you guys, where's my phone? I'll check your comments on my phone. ちょっと待ってくださいね. Just a moment, please. I really like that because I've been like talking and hanging out with like my Japanese friend. Like my mind has been in Japanese longer. Oh yeah, you guys can see, right? It's okay. Okay. $5 footlongs ruined my life. Okay, Jared, it's interesting. I recently followed after your recent videos. I saw one where you're walking through Tokyo and the interview video. Oh, thanks, Red Dragon. Okay, so I'm gonna answer some of the questions that I've received. So this one right here. Oh, you know what? I think I can make it a little bit bigger. Bigger's better. So they say. Ah, 違う. Stop it. Stop it. So you guys see less. Okay, is this better? Okay, so the question, first question is from Kevin Schroeder. He said, I'm watching from Baltimore. Are you from here? I have a lot of questions. LOL, great content, keep killing it. So Kevin Schroeder, I don't know if you're here today. I don't know if you can tell from the accent, Baltimore. Yes, well, sort of. Yeah, I was born in Baltimore. My family lives in Baltimore. Well, sort of, kind of. Yeah, I'm from that area and near it. So I want to find more Baltimore like content creators. I can't seem to find many. Next question is from, I wonder how quickly, am I going through them too quickly? Yeah, so the next question, guys, please don't forget to hit the like button. Yeah, next question is from Mayor Goodloe. What about your mask? Thought they were really strict in that case. So in my walking videos, like I got a lot of comments about wearing a mask, and I thought this was like a valid question because a lot of people in the video behind me are wearing masks. But I don't know if you guys noticed, but I am outside in those videos. It is perfectly okay to not wear a mask outside. Not only that, in Japan has never legally or enforced wearing a mask. It was always just suggested. And then I don't remember the exact date, but then the government's just like, yeah, you guys don't have to wear a mask. But the majority of people are still wearing masks. You will find that a lot of other like J vloggers, like Japanese like YouTubers, have interviewed Japanese people asking like, why are you still wearing a mask? Like, you don't have to wear a mask anymore. But a lot of people are still wearing it. But if you notice in the video, you'll see like a lot of people when they go outside, they lower their mask so it's like under their nose. So a lot of people don't wear them properly. It's more so like because of societal pressure that people continue to wear a mask. But yeah, it depends on the area of where you go in Tokyo. You'll see less people wearing masks, and then you'll see, not saying that there's like few people wearing masks, but you'll see it depends on where you are. So where was I in that video? Yeah, I was in Shinjuku. Shinjuku kind of makes sense, it's more populated, but in other areas like even when we were in Roppongi, yeah, it depends on the area. You'll see like more people wearing short skirts and short like dresses and stuff like this. And you'll see like some people wearing less masks, stuff like this. So Tokyo is a really big city, and it like each part kind of has like a different theme. So I realized that a lot of people don't understand this or don't realize this about Tokyo. So I got this comment so much, like, why aren't you wearing a mask? Or like, why is your dress so short? Like, this is not short at all. Yeah, so there's that question. Oh, you were living in Ellicott City? Nice, just outside of Baltimore. I want people to comment on my, yeah, yes, you're outside. Yeah, you never doing that crap again. Eh? Wait, doing what crap? Did I miss something? I wish I didn't have to wear a mask. The gym. At the gym. Yeah, so when I started going to the gym, at this gym that I go to now, like I was wearing my mask that I would wear outside, and I would be like huffing and puffing, and I would be inhaling my mask, and I literally could not breathe. Literally could not breathe because my mask was like all the way up my nose, and I'm just like panting and running, and like the coach is just like, keep going, doing? I'm like, "Ah." So I realized that these masks right here, you can find them at even the convenience stores. They come in a pack. They're like really breathable. I also have like a sports mask I bought from the Hyakuen store. So when I'm at the gym, like, it's okay. COVID is still here. I laughed when those people complimented your body. Oh yeah. Yeah, that was new to me. That was really new to me. Yeah, those comments, like, it's frustrating. Like, for a lot of, in the walking videos, a lot of people were just like complaining about the mask and about my clothes, and just like, people aren't looking at you because you're black. Well, obviously, but there's so much like, I could tell like a lot of people who didn't even watch the video, maybe in like the first minute of the video, because they were complaining, just like, you're in their country, of course they're going to look at you. I'm like, nah, actually, that's the point, they're not. This next question, or it doesn't look like there's a question. Why did I do this one? I don't know, let's read it. So, Mari said, I love that you're able to just exist in Japan. Oh, I know why I chose this one. As Black women, Black people in general, the amount of anti-Blackness and microaggressions we experience on a daily basis is very, very real, and there's not a day that goes by that I don't think about it while living in the West. That being said, these weird comments people made on the last video are disheartening, yet expected. They will use anything as an excuse. Wishing you all the best. Your content is great. Thank you so much, Mari. Yeah, someone else. Yeah, so this is another comment that I got a lot, is like people equating the video that I made of me just walking in Tokyo to Japan not being racist. So this is the other thing that kind of frustrates me, but I guess I understand, like, as a content creator, people making their own conclusions based off of something, and I don't think it's really connected. So in the walking videos, I'm not interacting with Japanese people, and I'm not saying that Japanese people are racist at all. The point of the video is to show how safe I feel. So in the US, like, this isn't an everyday thing, it's just, it has happened before. Well, catcalling happens a lot in the US and in different countries, in Peru, yeah. Yeah, but as a woman, like, in different countries, I get catcalled. Or like in the US, like, dating a person that's not within my ethnicity, like, we've been yelled at, or yeah, called racist remarks, stuff like this. So yeah, that's just the point of the video, is to show just like I feel safe, and that's not happening to me here. But I have many videos of me interacting with Japanese people, and I have stories of me like saying like my interactions with Japanese people, and it's completely different. So yeah, this like conclusion that quite a few people got from the video, I really just want people to understand that it's not really, it's kind of connected, but it's not a conclusion that you should make just because, oh, she's a Black and she's a woman and she's walking in Tokyo, Japanese people aren't racist. Like, nah, not saying that they are. I'm just saying that you can't make that conclusion from the video because I'm not interacting. Yeah, let's see. Good vibes, good vibes. Hey, Jim. Hey, Jasmine. Hey, Dayton. Good thing I'm ugly. I don't have to worry. He's like, you're not ugly. What are you talking about? I know you're hitting that, Jim. Next is from Michael. Have you ever experienced Chikan while living in Japan? I was curious. Okay, so in Takashi from Japan's video, I made a comment and someone else responded there, because I think in that video, I don't remember so well, I said something like, I don't have that many like negative experiences. And this is, again, the thing that I mean, like, as a content creator or just as an artist or someone that has a platform, when you make something, when you release something, people will make their own conclusions from it, and they will credit you as that conclusion, and that's not the case at all. So again, like, let's see it, Chikan, like, when someone asks me, like Takashi asked me like about my experience or racism in Japan, like, that racism is not the normal for me, or like getting receiving like prejudice remarks or whatever. It's not the normal for me in Japan. So when stuff has happened to me, I have made videos about it in the past, but because it's not the normal, I made videos about it, and other YouTubers talk about like negativity and super positive things because it's not the normal. And a lot of viewers watch these videos and watch my content and then just assume, oh, all Japanese people are racist, or oh, all Japan is like not racist, like that. So my first answer to this question, have I experienced Chikan? Chikan, for those who don't know, is a pervert. So on the train, sometimes there will be like men, it could be a woman, but usually it's men who like touch girls or like try to take pictures of their skirts or like, yeah. So my first answer when I heard this, like, because nothing came to mind, was just like, no, I haven't experienced any Chikan while on the train. But then when I like take a long time to like really think, there's like times where I'm just like not positive, like if they were intentionally touching me, or like was it the packed train? So I'm not really sure. So yeah, so it's really difficult. Like there's this one time, it's a long time ago, maybe like 5 or 6 years ago, I was on the train. It was so packed, it was during rush hour, and yeah, it's like sardines. Like the trains in DC during rush hour has nothing on this in Japan. They have professional, like not professional, but maybe they are, pushers pushing people into the train like sardines. But we're literally like this, and people are just like this on their phones, right? And so there was a guy that was behind me, and his hand was like near my butt, and it was just like kind of like resting there, and he didn't like move it, or well, when the train moved, like it moved, but like, does that count? I don't know. So it's kind of, it's like a big gray area when like something has happened, but it's never like, even in the video, like, did that guy touch me on purpose or not? There's a huge gray area there. So I can't really say like, yes, I have. No, I haven't. But yeah, and even if I did, I would remember it because it doesn't happen so often. So guys, I hope you're hitting that like button. I really hope you're hitting that like button. Oh wait, I should have like just like did the whole screen, eh? Yeah, so you guys can see better. Yeah, please hit the like button so we can grow. Oh, you know what? I should just do this. Why am I jipping you guys? Yeah. Yeah, look, now it's like big screen. Oh, but maybe you guys can't read all of the question, so I would have to make it smaller. Yeah, let me just make it smaller so you guys can see. Next, Luke Shepard says, I currently teach in Korea and would love to try teaching in Japan. Can you offer any advice of where is best to look for jobs? Okay, so my experience, there's like a long story behind this too, but yeah, so if you're looking for work in Japan, if you want to find a job in Japan, yes, you can use Gaijinpat. I think it's .com or .jp. I'm not sure. If you just Google Gaijinpat, Gaijinpot. If you just Google Gaijinpat, the website will come up, and they help like Gaijin foreigners find like jobs or like yeah, housing and information, stuff like this. There's another website too. I can't remember the name because I didn't use it so much, but it's getting more popular. I'm not sure. But the thing is, the long story is, how I usually find jobs is always through word of mouth. And I think a lot of foreigners, when they come to Japan, they always like blame like hardships on Japan and Japanese people, and they don't equate to the situation that they're also just getting older, and they don't know how to navigate this part of their lives as an adult as well. So I say that because a lot of people will complain that it's difficult to find a job, but you have to, yeah, I don't know. Just my experience is always word of mouth. So how I do this is how I find my jobs was when I first came to Japan, I was a volunteer, and then like a guy was leaving the place I was volunteering. He offered me his job. Also, I went to a lot of events, and I didn't ask people for jobs so much. It just kind of laid in my lap. Yeah, so people will be your best resource So meeting other foreigners here in Japan, so you can go to Yoyogi Park and just like have a picnic and then be friendly and meet other people. And yeah. Yeah, and then after you meet other people, you can ask them about like job situations, stuff like this. How else? Yeah, people will be your best resource. So I used to go to like a lot of meetups, so meetup.com. I would go to many events. Also like Facebook groups. There's a Facebook group for like, so it depends on what you want to do in Japan. Teaching English is the easiest way to get a visa. And a lot of people will get their visa via teaching English. And then they will, when they come to Japan, they use that time of teaching because you have a lot of free time during that time to search for other jobs. So that's the easiest way to come to Japan. So, yeah. I'm so sorry. I'm giving you like such scattered information. But in general, so how I came to Japan is not recommended, apparently, but a lot of people do it, but I can't recommend you do it. Yeah, apply to jobs from your home country and you have to get an invitation to come, or come to Japan after having already applied to jobs, and then just meet a whole lot of people via meetup.com or like Facebook groups, because there will be people telling you just like, oh my god, my job, they need people, or like a lot of foreigners have left, stuff like this. So that's the best way to find a job, and not just in Japan, just in general, people are always the best resource. Did I go too long on that one? Let's see. Did you find it hard to make? Let's see. So, let me read your comments. Good vibes, good thing. Aloha from Punalu, Hawaii. Warren, I really want to go to Hawaii. Thank you for that. I just had like a beautiful image of Hawaii pop up in my head. I don't think men would cat call in Japan. Nope, they are so quiet. Yeah. Yeah, and more so like in Tokyo. In Osaka, every time I go to Osaka, I just meet the randomest people because they're so vocal in Osaka. So I can't really say catcall, but like I would get nampad, like people would come up to me and want to hang out, which is perfectly cool. Or like when I would go to the train station, like a random person, if I'm looking at the map, like a random person would try to help me and they don't speak English. That's the best part, is that they're so fixated on like just wanting to help you versus like whether they can, if they actually can, because of the language barrier. So Osaka people are just like so awesome. Of course my opinion is biased because like I don't live in Osaka, but yeah, I have such good experiences with Osakan people. Even here in Tokyo, I'm in Yokohama, but even in the Kanto area, I've had people like when I'm at a cafe, like a random person will talk to me and immediately I know just like this person is not from Tokyo, and they'll tell me just like, oh yeah, I'm from Osaka, or I'm from like Kansai area. Like, of course, that's why you're talking to me, because Tokyo people, generally you have to start the conversation. So Redacted asks, did you find it hard to make Japanese friends? A lot of other content creators say it's hard to make Japanese friends because they are reserved towards foreigners. So Redacted, this is my whole spiel, like especially recently. It's really frustrating because I was in that boat. I've been in Japan for over 7 years now. And for the first 5 years, I barely had, like all of my Japanese friends, there were only just a few, but all my Japanese friends had gone to like Western countries for university, or they could fluently speak English. And so their lens was just like, they understood like the Western, like, yeah, life. And so I only had maybe like 2 or 3 like Japanese friends at that time. Yeah, but after that, and I was in the same boat as the other content creators, and I'm just like, Japanese people don't want to make friends, but this is what gets me really frustrated, because like this is where a lot of YouTubers say this, and a lot of Instagram influencers say the same thing. Japanese people don't want to be your friend, something like this. But in the last 2 years, including now, I started having so many Japanese friends, and I was thinking, what has changed? My Japanese is still not great at all, but I have been initiating. So as an adult, and I think many other content creators, what I was saying before, they don't account for the fact that they're in a different country as an adult, and making friends as an adult anywhere is difficult. But a lot of content creators blame that on the Japanese people. Like, no, like making friends as an adult for anyone is difficult. Not only that, what has changed for me is I started speaking Japanese more. So before I would like take Japanese lessons, but I wouldn't go out and use it so much. It's more just like when you go to the restaurants, because it's everyday Japanese. You need to eat, right? You have to eat. So when you go to the supermarket, you have to speak Japanese. Or when you go to a restaurant, you have to speak Japanese. But a lot of other content creators, they are not using that Japanese to actually go out and start conversations. And that has been the change for me. So I've been starting conversations. Like I really like Anming from Oriental Pearl channel. And I've been out with her and I see like how she starts conversations. And then also me living in a guest house, and also when I was living in Chiba, I had a shared residence. But I think living with Japan, and this is why I highly recommend, if you're coming to Japan to live in Japan, you should definitely live in a share house. 100%. 100%. You should definitely live in a share house. And there are websites where they have like where you have like your own room. Basically, it's like a big room, or it's like a room that has like a lot of amenities. It'll come like with a desk or like big closets or a balcony. My place in Chiba had a balcony, and it had multiple balconies, but I had my own private balcony. A lot of closet space, came with a refrigerator, a desk, and the view was just like really gorgeous. And we had a theater room, a gym. You guys can check out the older videos. But living in a share house or like a shared resident or a shared space is the best way to really understand like how Japanese people make friends with other people and to get you comfortable, because like a lot of people try to make friends not only as an adult, but try to make friends the same way that they make friends in their home countries, which is not how Japanese people make friends, right? So I cannot recommend enough that when you come to Japan to live, even if you're staying here for a short time, they have some shared residences where you can stay for just like a few days or like a few weeks or even just a month. But highly recommend staying. I've never stayed in a hostel. Oh, actually I have in Japan. But yeah, definitely stay in a shared space. And staying in that shared space, especially like living in the guest house with so many different types of Japanese people. So there were older Japanese people, there were younger, there were like people with money, a lot of people without money. So my biggest frustration is, now that I know how to make friends with Japanese people, I feel like I can see behind the curtain. So I could see how I used to be and how like a lot of other content creators currently are, and how they complain about Japanese people not wanting to be their friend. And then now that I'm actually making so many friends with like Japanese people that don't speak any, like my next video is with my friend that speaks no English, and it's hilarious because like my Japanese, like I'm able to communicate in Japanese no problem at all, but my grammar is really bad. So it like when I'm explaining something, usually like the listener has to ask me like quite a few questions to just clarify. I'm just like, yes, no, that's not right, and I have to clarify. That's where my Japanese level is. And you guys, I think you guys can see that pretty well in the video. So yeah, this is my biggest frustration recently, is being able to see like how to make friends, and seeing like the amount of effort that a lot of other content creators are not taking to make friends with Japanese people, and then blaming Japanese people for not being their friends. Sorry, that was like really long. But did that answer your question? I'm just kidding. I'm hot and I know it. Get it, Servo. I'm a white dude living in El Paso, Texas. I say Paso, El Paso. I'm the minority here. Yes, that counts if we didn't move it. Any recommended restaurants in Tokyo for foreigners? So pretty much, if I was to give you like a recommended restaurants, there's quite a few, but I don't. So honestly, I recommend going to like a place where there's like a lot of smaller restaurants. I don't want to give you like a big chain. There's chain restaurants everywhere. But if you want something cheap and like, oh my God, okay, I got one. It's a chain restaurant, but it's hella good. And I take my Japanese friends and they're just so shocked because it's a Showa era restaurant and it's really cheap and the drinks are good. But yeah, the best reaction is my Japanese friends' like faces when they're just like, oh my God, this is like from my childhood. Or okay, it's called Hanbe. There's one in Shinjuku. There's like in various places, but I think actually there's 2 in Shinjuku. There's 1 in Shibuya, but if you look for hanbei, let me like write it in the chat section. Hanbei. They spell it differently each time, or hanbei. So yeah, depending on which one you go to, sometimes they spell it with a Y, sometimes they spell it with a I, E-I. But hanbei is like a Showa era Japan restaurant. They have like Showa era music, and yeah, it's really traditional like Japanese, and they have like the booth, like you will feel like you're in the Showa era. And they also have like countryside Japanese food, like they have locusts, they have frog legs, they have nipple ice cream. It's like in the shape of a nipple and you have to suck on. It's like, is that too explicit for YouTube? It's really good. It's a vanilla ice cream, but it's funny, and like kids can get it too. You will see it, and their English menu, they have an English menu, but like they just use Google Translate, because you will find some very funny like English gems there. So go to hanbei. Let's see. Your Japanese is great. No, it's not. Yeah, I understand. I want to work in Japan, but I just have the anxieties of being alone or struggling to make a friend. Yeah, redacted. That's the thing. So like a lot of people, when they come here, because it's a shock to be surrounded by so many people that are not your culture, that they stay inside. And I still have those days sometimes where I just like don't want to go. Actually, not recently, but randomly, sometimes it happens. But a lot of foreigners, why most foreigners leave after a year is because they start getting like kind of depressed, or yeah, because they stay inside, because they get like, they don't want to get out of their comfort zone of just like going to the small restaurants. So when you go to the small restaurants, the really tiny ones, I know you've seen like pictures of it. It's going to be basically just you and the store owner, or like the bartender, whatever. It's going to be there, and there's like a few other Japanese patrons, and a lot of people get like intimidated and so they run away. But if you just stay, if you actually go, they're going to try to communicate with you, and you're going to have some really fun, memorable, embarrassing, but really memorable, great times. 100%. So it's all up to you. Like I guilt trip myself when I'm not doing something that I know will better myself. I'm just like, yep, and this is why you are where you are, Jasmine. So yeah, if you could consciously, when you feel like, oh, I'm being antisocial or whatever, if you can consciously just like take yourself out and go to like one of the small restaurants, or like go to like, I don't know, go to the park. My recommendation is always go to the park. Like Yoyogi Park is very crowded, or there's just so many people. Yeah, and be surrounded by people and just talk. It's always up to you, especially in Tokyo and Kanto area. It's up to you to make the first step. You have to make, because a lot of time they're just going to assume that you don't speak Japanese. So what's the point? They don't want to embarrass you if you don't speak Japanese. So they're not going to like make the first move a lot of times. Unless you go to Kansai. Let's see what else. Have you ever thought about going to anime school? No, never thought about it actually. I kind of always wanted to be like a voice actress. Is it still actress there? I wanted to do voice acting. I think that would be so much fun. But I never pursued it so much, because it's not like a passion. It's just like, I think it would be so cool. I've been here for 10 years. I love it here, but I can say that I'm very sheltered. Nah? Yeah, right? Yeah. 100%. I was telling my cousin just yesterday how Whitakers, you can probably like vouch for this, how, you know, when you go to like Starbucks or something and it's really crowded and you have to reserve your seat, not reserve, but like save your seat so no one takes your seat. Have you seen people just like leave their wallet to like save their seat? I was telling my cousin that, and he's in Baltimore, and he's just like, wait, what? Like, yeah, people will leave their wallet to save their seat, so people can know like, someone is sitting here. I've done that before actually too, and then I realized like, wait a minute, I shouldn't be doing that. Like, I'm friendly with Japanese people, but I don't speak enough of the language to have an actual friend outside of work. Oh, Whitakers, but this is my point too. So this is how I was before. So I'm just like, oh, my Japanese isn't good enough. Still talk, use what you know. And so like, the other thing is, I used to complain that Japanese people didn't want to be my friend, but then I'm just like, wait a minute, I'm in Japan surrounded by Japanese people. Even the statistically, there has to be people, right? So what you do is you start inviting out your work colleagues. Like, why can't you invite them out? Most likely they probably go out drinking anyway and they don't invite you because maybe they feel like you're going to be uncomfortable. But like when someone invites you out, take them up on it. Don't say no. Well, it depends on the situation, but like, yeah, go. And like, yeah, invite like one of your work colleagues out for drinks. Like, do it. That will be your first friend. Because a lot of people, like, they probably just like go to work and then come home, go to work, come home, and their colleagues are the only interaction they have. But find a colleague and just invite them, like, hey, do you want to get drinks after work today? And that will be your first friend. Don't be picky about who your friends are. But after you get used to just like making that first friend, then talking to other people will get easier. And don't worry if you're not like fluent in the language. Like, I don't know if you read the book The Alchemist. It's my favorite book. I've read it in English and Spanish like over 20 times each. But yeah, like in the book it talks about like the language of the world. And as a traveler who's been to many countries where I did not speak the language, that has always been what I've relied on. And reading The Alchemist gave me a title to what that is, the language of the world. Basically, even if you don't speak like Arabic, I don't speak Arabic, but in Morocco, like I had to communicate for what I wanted. Yeah, what I wanted. They don't speak Spanish there, at least where I was in Morocco. But if you just tell people, like talk to them, you can speak to them in English, very slow English, or like use gestures, or like, I don't know what it is with your thoughts or whatever, but people understand. So it's just up to you to get out of that shy bubble and just like talk to people, even if you don't speak Japanese very well. And that's the biggest change I've made since like when I first came to Japan for 5 years, not having many Japanese friends at all. And then now having many, and just like, and many who don't speak any English. So just talking about these things Japanese people like. Japanese people are self-absorbed. The more you talk about loving Japanese culture, the more they like you. I think, again, like, think of it, I don't know if you're American, but one of the eye-opening things that, one of the things that opened my eyes again is like, in America, when we have a foreigner, like when someone starts talking to us in America and they have an accent, what do we usually say? Oh, I hear an accent. Where are you from? Oh, but your English is really good. Wow, yeah, you speak English really well. What have you done so far in America? Oh, okay. We ask the same questions. It doesn't matter like if it's Japan or America, Morocco. It doesn't. Every single country asks the same questions. And again, this is why like a lot of, I'm telling you guys all the secrets, but a lot of YouTubers who make those like shocking language videos, they don't speak the language fluently. So when they're just like, so-and-so shocks, blah, 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 so-and-so shocks, blah, blah, blah. And because every single country, this is the secret, every single country, every single language, if you shock someone that you speak their language, everyone asks the same question. So you know what they're going to ask. Just like, oh, I hear an accent. Where are you from? Oh, how do you know this language? Oh, what do you like about this country so far? It's the same. In Peru, it was the same. In Morocco, it was the same. Every single country, it's the same. So that's the secret behind those language like shocking videos. And yeah, why did I start talking about that? Oh yeah, so talking about Japanese culture. So yeah, so it's not just a Japanese thing, just like, oh, Japanese people are so nationalistic. Actually, I have my own opinions on that too. Like low key, I kind of think, yeah. But like on the broader scale, it's not just Japan. And I think like a lot of people single out Japan for being strange or being like the weird one or being this way, when all of the countries, at least that I've experienced, have been the exact same. Guys, please don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you. We're adding it to our to-do list. A bottle nipple or nipple? Nipple? Yeah, it's a nipple. How long have you been living there for? And I've been living in Japan for 7 years and how many months? It'll be 8 years in January. I'm a nerd, geek, and weeb, aka I've always been an outcast. I understand you. I have found myself presented with a foot attached to a girl I was dating. Actually, so this is like maybe kind of strange, but since making YouTube videos, this is maybe random too. I don't know if I should say this. Since making YouTube videos, I have gotten so many people asking me for feet pictures. And I was watching, like, was it Philip DeFranco or something like that, talking about like how much money like this girl made. Was it foot pictures or maybe it was something else? I'm just curious. I'm just like, I want to do like a challenge or something like that, because I'm just like, all these people are asking me for feet pictures. Like, it's just my feet. Like, I don't think my feet mind being hoarded out. I just want to see, like, I don't know. Do we have any feet people here? Jasmine, hey King, long time no see. Are you gonna have another collab video with Tikio Sam and Oriental Pearl? Oriental Pearl, yes, I believe. Maybe, I don't know. Well, I don't know actually. We went to the beach together just like what, last week? And usually when we go out we record, but it's usually just like B-roll and stuff. So I don't know, I could ask. They assume I don't speak Japanese and they are right. But you should just try, Jasmine, yeah. I've introverted, extrovert. I love conversing and interacting with people, but once I leave a situation, I just want to be, I understand, that's completely me. Actually, a friend of mine classified me just like, wow, you're like a, what is it, extroverted introvert, something like this. But yeah, I'm really good with people. I'm really good at reading people. But when I hit my limit, I feel like I get rude. Like when I go out with my friends to like a club or somewhere, when I hit my limit, I can't even get the energy to say goodbye. So like my close friends know, like, okay, she's gone. Yeah, I'm that friend that's gone because like I can't. Oh, goodbye. I can't. I'm sorry. I try to keep the peace. So like if you force me to like, you guys see me, like I'm a happy person, but if you force me to like try to continue with the pleasantries when my battery is dead, it's not a good situation. Let's see. King Marvin, I heard having or stating your opinion in Japan is a big no. Why is that? So in Japanese, like, I don't know how much you know about the Japanese language, but it's in English, we speak very actively. So I did this. This happened to who? Blah, blah, blah. Like always very active. But in Japanese, how you speak naturally in natural Japanese is very passive. So instead of I did this, it was this was done. Like this, he would say. Or this happened. Yeah, so as far as I can say about the culture is that it's all about like they have a statement or whatever called kuki o yomu, like reading the air, and so they try to keep like a pleasant situation. So if you state your opinion, it may like change the situation, like it may make like the air bad or tense. So for the most part, they always try to just keep it a pleasant situation for everyone. Actually, however, kind of broke this. I did a collaboration with my Japanese friend. Let me post a link. Actually, like, I'll do it after. I'll post it in the community tab after this live stream. I was going to post it anyway, but I was an elevator girl. He was an elevator boy. And we kind of broke that kuki o yomu, like reading the air situation. But that was part of the video. And I think I made some Japanese people uncomfortable. No, they were really friendly though. They're really friendly. So yeah, I'm going to post that in the community tab after that. Did Sam help me with my Japanese? Not really. We didn't do anything like in Japanese. We never spoke in Japanese. Wow, 20X's. 20X's, what? Would you say racist is worse in USA or Japan? So in my experience, Kyle, when I travel, like in the US, I was very aware of the fact that I was Black, and in the US, and leaving the US, specifically the US, I started to feel just human. So when I was in Peru, yes, they like called me like the American person, or la flaca, but the American racism is like, how can I put it? It's really deeply enrooted in our culture, in our politics, in like almost every aspect. And so it's what we're really familiar with. But the moment I left the US, when I was in Peru, Morocco was different, but even France, like you don't feel it. You don't feel it like that at all. And so in my experience, just like living in Japan and like going to different countries, the prejudice for the most part is like teachable. Like in Japan, like I've come across prejudice, but it's always teachable. Always, it's teachable. And they have no deeply rooted like hate about me. And what I like about Japan and what I wanted to show in that video of me walking is that even if the people around me are racist, I don't know what they're thinking, but even if they are racist to me, they're leaving me alone and I can still feel safe. In the US, if people don't like you, they're very like vocal about it. And not many, but in our history, and even now, people will beat you or kill you because they don't like you. Like, I don't understand that. Just like, can you not like me over there and just leave me the F alone? If I'm paying you money at your establishment, just like, it's still benefiting you. Just like, leave me the F alone, let me go about my day and you can continue hating me. That's how Japan is to me. Like, not saying that they hate me. I don't feel hate at all. I've had racist incidences happen in my interactions before in Japan, but they're so few and so far between because it's all about just like keeping a pleasant air. And like when I talk to people and they realize who I am and what I am, then yeah, it's like such a pleasant situation. So in my experience though, like racism towards Black people in Western countries, it's the worst because like it's a very similar culture. So like in Spain, I didn't have many problems or anything, but I've heard a lot. But yeah, when I'm traveling, I prefer to go to like countries that haven't been so heavily influenced by the West because of that. Does that answer your question, Kyle? Because like in the US, as an American, we understand when someone is being racist. In Japan, not only do they not have that culture, but also like maybe if they're like apprehensive to like talk to me or communicate with me because I'm a foreigner, if I make the first step, their defenses go down. Just like, oh, okay, she's normal, like this. So it's so much better in Japan and just like outside of the US in my experience. Peru, I loved Peru. Hello everyone, first time in this live. Hey Jose, I've read Full Metal Alchemist. Does that count? Or their accent changes too? I hate when people want me to guess where they're from but get mad at me once I get it. I don't care so much about that because I can usually pinpoint a region. I just hate when people ask me to guess their ages because I suck at age guessing and I offend everybody. Like, should I give you, like, I've now realized I should probably lie. And I'm realizing this a little bit too late in my life. But like the white people of Asia, yeah. LMFAO, feet pics, not my thing. I would never ask for feet pictures, but my friend's wife makes great money doing live stream sharing. Okay, let me go back to questions here. So the next comment I have here is, I'm curious as to how you filmed this video. Is someone filming you or what? So in the last walking video when I'm in Harajuku, how many of you guys know Harajuku? Because like when I had Harajuku in the title, just like walking in Harajuku or whatever, the video, it's not performing as well. So I'm just like, okay, maybe many people don't know what or where Harajuku is. Harajuku is Japan's fashion districts, right next to Omotesando, which is like the designer, high quality, high fashion district. So I thought like maybe because I put Harajuku in the main part of the title, like that's why the video wasn't doing as well. But do you guys know Harajuku? Maybe it's past like the Gwen Stefani age. But in that video, I talk about like how those walking videos are recorded. But the cameras are tiny. They're little GoPro, black GoPro. Oh, this one right here. And it's attached to my friend's bag. So it's actually in the backpack. And only this part of the camera is showing in the backpack. So it's very difficult to see the camera at all. Some people did see it, but it's really difficult because the bag is backpack and the bag has like a lot of things like coming out of it. So this is like in between. And we didn't do it on purpose. We're not like trying to like visually, like not visually, but like hide the camera so people don't get scared or anything. It's just, that's the backpack we had. So, what next? Are you guys hitting the like button? I can't even see like how many likes does this video have. Oh, 29. Okay. You guys are hitting the like button. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. LMAO, La Flaca. Yeah. Yeah, when I was in Peru, we were at Machu Picchu, or on the way to Machu Picchu. And I asked the guide, I'm just like, ¿Dónde está el toire? Al baño. ¿Por qué? Olvidé cómo decirlo en español. But I asked him just like, how or where's the bathroom? And he's just like, oh, just a moment, please. And then he asked a different guy, and he's just like, the girl, La Flaca, wants to know where the bathroom is. And I'm just like, La Flaca? La Flaca? I just asked him where the bathroom is. Does that mean La Flaca is me? So for those of you guys who don't know, La Flaca is like the skinny girl. The skinny one. Yeah. And I'm just like, wait a minute, so is he talking about me? Because I just asked him. Wait, what? I was offended. Yeah, Abe-san. You are what you are, and what you are is what you are. Yeah. Yeah, but Shinzo Abe. So I made a video. I think the video is still up. It's a really old video I made. About like, I met Shinzo Abe in Mie Prefecture. I was there with my friend. We were like visiting the temples and everything. And then all of a sudden there's like these black cars that just show up, and then like everyone gets like all rowdy and everything. There's so many Japanese people, and there's not many foreigners in Mie at all, because it's like way out. And yeah, like the cars like circle around, and so many Japanese like elderly people too. And yeah, Abe Shinzo came out, and he started just like shaking everyone's hand like one by one by one. And I'm the only visually like foreign person there, because like my friend, she's Australian, but she's ethnically Taiwanese. And yeah, like when we went to Mie, like people were looking at me there. But yeah, so Abe Shinzo was like shaking everyone's hands, and he got to me, and he stopped. He like stopped. He just like looked at me, looked at my hand. And I'm just like, konnichiwa, like literally. And he just like gave a nod. He shook my hand, and he just kept continuing. But like, I could imagine like how like strange it was. Like all these Japanese people just like, oh, like cheering for him and everything. And then just like this one like black foreigner, it's like, hey, hello. And he just like, he shook my hand, and he just like kept walking. But yeah, so that's the first prime minister or president or anyone that I've shaken his hand before. And yeah, that's my experience with Abe Shinzo. So I always had like that image of him. But in my experience, a lot of Japanese people, I don't know the specifics of everything, weren't too fond of him. They heavily supported him in the beginning because he got like he kind of outsmarted North Korea, and he got some Japanese prisoners back, and so he had a lot of momentum and a lot of support in the very beginning of his term. But towards like the end of his term, like a lot of Japanese people that I know, they didn't like him so much, but not hate, at least what people have told me during that time when I would ask. Like, as far as I know, all the people that I talked to about Abe Shinzo, like no one hated him. And so it was like really a shock about the news. And even now, like when I was talking to some of like my Japanese clients, this one guy so the overall consensus is that they're just shock, right? And no one's crying or anything, just like shock, like, oh my God, this happened in Japan. And this one guy in particular, he had the most emotion. He was frustrated and not sad about what happened, but he was just really frustrated that this happened in Japan. And he seemed like he had kind of tears in his eyes. And when we brought up the situation about Abe Shinzo, immediately he changed the conversation to just like, I can't believe this happened in Japan, like a firearm in Japan, all this stuff like this. And I'm just like, okay, well, like in the West, the focus is like Abe Shinzo died, but like he's like really, really frustrated. So that's like the strongest emotion that I've seen. But overall, with like my Japanese friends and everything, aside from that one guy, not too strong emotions of sadness or frustration or anything. I think the West more so. We're emotional people, aren't we? How old am I, if you don't mind me asking? I don't know. How old do I look? Pulling that one on you. I'm 33. I think that when it comes to my hair, if someone touches my locks, I'm going to tell them I'm not an animal you can pet. Oh, okay. Yeah. So people don't really touch my hair, but like, again, because this is YouTube, there are many videos of just like foreigners or black foreigners. We'll show that in the video, like Japanese people touching our hair, because we know that's what people want to see. And so the problem with this and the frustration that I have, like, is that we know that viewers of YouTube, they want to see, because they have that stereotype in their head that Asians are racist or Japanese people are racist, and they like baffle at black people or whatever. And so that's the image that we know that people are going to click on. And even if I tell you guys this secret, you guys are still going to click on it. But yeah, we want to confirm that stereotype in our head. But yeah, no one really touches my hair. I've had like a few cases, like when I'm already talking to people and we're already friendly and like just acquaintance level, and they ask me a question about my hair, just like, how do you wash your hair? Like that's the most common question. But this question I don't even get like every month. So I get it, but it doesn't happen so often. And I think like the other content creators that make this type of content, I don't want to, like, my friends do it. Actually, I have a video coming out in the future that kind of shows it too, because I know you guys are going to click on it. And as a YouTuber, like, especially because I quit one of my jobs, like, I want to be more sustainable. So, and if it works, like, why reinvent the wheel? But it doesn't happen often. And yeah, I'm going to think that. When you says West, you mean white folks? I just mean just like countries that have been influenced by, like, I don't know, the British Empire and French Empire and Spanish Empire, stuff like that. Okay, I've been there. Harajuku rings a bell. Ah, okay, rings a bell. So not too familiar. Okay, I don't know Harajuku. So you changed it. You changed it too? Yeah, because I put Harajuku in the title because like everyone, like in the 90s, Gwen Stefani had like this song like Harajuku Girls or whatever, and like in Japan, like everyone knows Harajuku because it's the fashion district, and that's where like you'll see like a lot of stores selling just like I don't know, like different types of fashion styles. And so like everyone knows Harajuku, but I assumed that foreigners or people outside of Japan understood or knew Harajuku too, but that wasn't the case. So I think that's why the video didn't start out so well. It's still not doing so well. So I'm late. I need to fix my notifications. It's okay. Hey, Free Spirit. Black K-pop mom. Hey, placing the GoPro in the backpack is a good idea. It gives a genuine reaction. Exactly. Yeah. Poor me. Oh, poor Mr. Abe. Our prayers are with Japan. Thank you. I've been able to connect with our premiere and the PM by the comments of the live streams they do. I found that's actually really cool. I found that Kyoto is the most welcoming city to black people. Ironically, that is the city that worshipped the black samurai Yasuke. I don't know. Did they really worship him? I don't know. I don't know. I can't speak for that. I went to Kyoto. I loved it. To me, it was like no different from Tokyo. Not in that regard. Just like the people. In regard to the people, like no one cared about me at all. I really liked Kyoto. It was my first time in Kyoto. Just like I went there 2 months ago. Yeah, like 2 months ago I went there. I really liked Kyoto. I liked like the river nearby, and I talked to like quite a few Japanese people. They're really friendly, but to me it was like no difference from like when I'm in Tokyo and I just like talk to some people. Yeah, there were more foreigners there than I expected in Kyoto. I really was not expecting that at all. So I was shocked, like, wow, foreigners. I haven't read any good things about the prime minister. Yeah, Free Spirit. Like, that's my point. Not saying that, in my experience, the Japanese people, when he was alive and he was prime minister, like, a lot of my friends, my Japanese friends, or like the people that I talked to about Abe Shinzo, they weren't a supporter of him at all. But no one hated him, as far as I'm concerned, as far as I know. I don't know if they're just trying to keep a pleasant air. Wow, okay, you look younger. I was going to say 24. Okay, thank you. Hi, you wear glasses? Yeah, I'm wearing glasses today because I have a freaking sty on my eye. Yesterday was bigger and like, yeah, I don't know if you guys can see it. Oh, let me go back to these questions. I already answered this one, right? Thanks, Fawn! She's too light-skinned and looks too much like an Asian woman. Okay, this one had me literally laughing out loud when I read this for the first time. I have never been called light-skinned before. Yeah, I'm medium. And yeah, so in the walking video, someone else mentioned it, how like everyone was making up any and every excuse for like the very few people who did look at me. She's like, it's because of this, it's because of this, it's because of this. If you were dark skinned, this would have happened like this. It's really frustrating when people will do, like someone else said, like mind Olympics, just not to see the obvious. And you can tell the people who actually watched the video from the people who didn't watch the video. Let's see. As a bald guy who shaves his... I get a lot of people if they can feel it. Wait. I really hope you can finish that, Servo. Shaves his what? Like, is it just me? A lot of old bald ladies too. It's confirmation bias. It's the biggest revenue stream for... Exactly, Kyle. And I'm not above it. I'm not above it. I'm just saying, like, it's frustrating. If that's what you want, you have to do if you want to grow on YouTube. That white dress was on point, Jasmine. It was like you were strutting and flexing on them. Yeah, like the whole, what many people don't get in the video, I clearly said that I don't feel comfortable dressing that way, more so in the West. But then immediately you see me wearing that dress, so there's a lot to unpack in that video. But yeah, like the whole point of me dressing like that is to show just like, even I wonder if I wore a bikini, but like even if I wear something like that, I still feel comfortable. And a lot of people didn't understand that. They're just focusing on like the very beginning of the video when people like looked at me. And I clearly do not think they were looking at me because I'm black. And that's the other thing. You can find like really sensitive people in the comments too. Like, oh, we can't go in, black people can't go anywhere. I think as black Westerners, like black Americans or whatever, we're really paranoid about like everyone doing something to us because we're black, or some negative thing happening because we're black. And I don't completely knock this thinking, because like in the US you do kind of have to be careful, because we don't know if we're going to like randomly get shot by someone and then it not be like get justice for it. In some parts of the US they still like lynch people, black people. Yeah, so in the US I can understand the paranoia, but I want people to see just like when that's what we're used to in the US. But when you leave the US, they have a different culture, they have a different history, and you're most likely not in that history. It depends on where you are, but you're not in that history because you have a different upbringing. And for the most part, when I'm traveling in like even South America, just don't say that you're American in South America. My experience, don't say it. We're Americans too. Like, oh, okay. But yeah, as an American, especially as a black American, I think you have more liberties and more like freedoms, or people look more favorably upon you, versus like if you are like a black person from Africa. This is just my experience. I think Jamaicans maybe get the same treatment, but that's why like I've run into quite a few like Africans that say they're from America, because they know like they'll get treated better. Let's see. I have to go soon, guys. I'm not eating breakfast now, am I? I have a friend in Japan that told me sometimes he'll be walking in Osaka and randomly someone will touch his hair. That's why I made the comment about the hair. Randomly. I don't know. I don't live in Osaka, so I can't speak on that. But it's kind of interesting to me. Like when I go to Osaka, like the people are really like friendly to me. Really like, yeah, it's not like Tokyo. Tokyo people, like just the culture is more just like kind of colder, but never experienced anyone touching me or anything. And the other thing, again, what I said before, is that when a lot of us talk about things, it's because it doesn't happen all the time. Like if it's a negative thing or if it's a really positive thing, we talk about it because it doesn't happen all the time. But yeah, wow. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. It's believable. Just in general. Close to 9,600 subscribers, and you do want 10K by end of month. It is super possible if more people subscribe. Thank you. I don't know why your comment was held for a review, Balham. But yeah, thank you. So I'm releasing another video this week with my Japanese friend who doesn't speak English. And we're in Asakusa with street food. Do you guys know Japanese street food? It's because you're so beautiful. Oh, thank you. Okay, thanks. I probably missed part of what you were saying about Abe. That's interesting to know about Japanese people's reaction to death. Yeah. But yeah, I think like Abe Shinzo, he had a really big image abroad compared to Japan. I think maybe it's the same with Obama. I feel like I still get compared to Obama. Even like my Japanese grandma, she keeps bringing up, she's just like Obama poi. Like, I'm like Obama when she introduces me to her friends and everything. Yeah, but as far, just my thinking is that Obama has such like a positive image worldwide. I think in America, a lot of people liked Obama, but I think we're more critical of him. But yeah, I still get compared to like Obama and Michelle Obama. So let's see what else. Oops, did I forget to put the word head in there? Yeah, I swear that's what I meant. Like the head above my eyes, not the other head. Okay, we want to sing that old song. You know, one thing that it doesn't happen all the time, and no matter how many times I say that, you guys may still run with it, but if you ask like many Japanese people what they think about Black people, the thing that there's so much I want to say about this, but like a lot of people think like Black people have big butts. So I have seen Japanese guys like try to see my ass, or my butt, my ass. It's the same. It's okay. I've seen them, and it's just like, even in that walking video, there's that older guy like look at my butt. Like, I don't have a big butt. Okay, so like. There was a long time ago in Chiba. Actually, I did make a video about this one. See, I always forget this instant because it doesn't happen and it's so long ago. There was a guy that kind of followed me on a bike. So that was kind of scary. And he started, I pretended like I didn't speak Japanese because I just wanted him to leave me alone. He's an older guy. And he's just like, wow, you have a big butt, don't you? And that's when I know you're lying. Yeah, when I turned around, I just gave him a death stare, and I'm just like, Nani? Nani? Like, yeah. Actually, no. Yeah, but that was kind of scary. But yeah, I think like a lot of Japanese people, when they think of Black people, they think like we have big asses, but I don't. So they immediately look away because they don't see anything. Yeah. But that's the other thing that's kind of frustrating with me is like when our numbers, like as J vloggers, when our numbers start going down, you'll see it in a lot of like Japanese interview YouTube videos. When our numbers start going down, and I don't want to throw my friends under the bus because I know it's just an algorithm thing and everyone is just trying to eat. But the thing that's frustrating is when our numbers start going down, we turn to race. So that's when you'll find like the street interviews, just like, what do you think of Black people? That's how you immediately get your views to go back up. But the thing is, in my experience, Japanese people don't really care about Black people so much. So it's just like you're forcing someone who doesn't really like. In America, we think like, oh, Black people are racist towards Black people, or white people treat us like this. We have that imagery. But when we keep asking Japanese people, just like, what do you think about Black people? When they're not even separate, for the most part, we're all just like foreigners. So it's like you're forcing the Japanese people to have an opinion about Black people, because in America or in the West we have so much like history with racism. So like in those interviews, I feel like you're kind of forcing Japanese people to like think of something about Black people quick, and then it sticks, I think. So yeah, anyway. Oh yeah, good luck in Osaka, Robert. Just tell them Obama is your bro. No, I got the gold kiwis today. Oh, I have them. I have gold kiwis. I have them. Yeah. Yeah, they're so good. They're really sweet. So, yummy. You're Japanese too? No, I'm not Japanese. I like big butts and I ride my bike. A woman sat on my groceries on the train and squashed my load of bread and my chips. I got any recipe ideas for squished chips? There's a lot you can do with squished chips, actually. You can use those like panko, like if you're gonna fry some food, you can like use it like bread, you know? Like there's a lot you can do with crushed chips. Else for that matter. You're super, oh, thank you, Uploadinator. Black women have big butts. Skinny women for the win. I've seen black women similar to your body type, so don't worry, there are other skinny black women out there. You're very natural. Thank you. You don't need a big butt. You don't need it. I've just been going to the gym to try to get one though. Okay, so guys, I'm gonna have to be leaving soon so I can edit your video. I'm editing a video for you guys. Let's go here. There we go. Oh, I can see my sty. Ah, I hate it. Be honest, you was looking fine in that white dress though, so a lot of people, especially you, was looking and thinking, damn. No, but that's the thinking. A lot of people didn't look at all, and that was my point, is that because if a lot of people were staring at me, like in the US, if I wore that dress in the US and I was walking down the street, I would have 100% been like catcalled, and I would feel uncomfortable. That's actually why a lot of women don't dress how they want to dress. But yeah, I know that the few people that did look at me, it was because of what I was wearing, but it was just like a handful of people, not even a handful, like less than a handful of people. And so I felt so much more comfortable. And yeah, a lot of people took it to the race. They're saying like, oh, it's because she's black. Like, it's obviously no. Yeah, so I'm fully aware that it was because of how I was dressed. And yeah, but my point is that the majority of the people don't look. Yeah, I'm one of those skinny black women too. Yeah, free spirit. Do you regularly stream? I am new. School of Rock. Oh, cool. School of Rock and Roll. So I actually, I usually live stream on Sundays. Today is Monday here in Japan, but I usually live stream on Sundays, which is usually Saturdays for Americans on the East Coast. Saturday night, I believe. But I had a really, like yesterday, my sty was like really big and painful, so I didn't want you guys to see me. Now it's like much smaller, so it's like more manageable and it doesn't hurt. I can still feel it though. Yeah, but I do live stream every week, and again, there will be a video coming out this week, maybe on Wednesday. Squats and straight leg deadlifts for maximum. Yeah, I'm going to the gym today. Get some breakfast and take care of that eye. Yeah. Okay, I'll rewatch this live stream later. Yeah. In fact, she was proving that she can do that in Japan. Yeah, Jose. Unfortunately, haha. Oh, sorry, Asaka. I'll be a gentleman. I won't let you know that I'm looking. I mean, I'm just wearing... Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Just be considerate. Because, like, staring, for anyone, staring is rude, right? So, a lot of times in the US, you'll see, like, a lot of guys just, like, staring at a woman. And then they'll actually catcall or say something. It feels so uncomfortable. My tummy just growled. I think I'm hungry. I'm going to eat some kiwis. Don't look at... No! Phoenix, stop! Yeah, Phoenix, I tried to explain it to you so many times, but it's actually really funny. True, take it easy with the eye and you have a good butt. I don't think so. Enjoy and eat clean when you can. Yeah. Guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I will see you in the next live stream. Please take care. Oh yeah. Oh, no, it's okay. I think that's it. Oh, by the way, so after this live stream, I'm going to put in the community tab a collaboration video that I did with my Japanese friend, where we were elevator boys and elevator boy and an elevator girl. So if you speak Japanese or if you want to watch me in Japanese, just do like crazy crap. Because Japanese YouTube is very different from English speaking YouTube, so it's kind of cringy for us. But in Japan, it's like it's okay. But just stay tuned for just like maybe 2 minutes after this live stream. Go to the community tab and I will put the link there. So yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me. See you next time. Ciao.